Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Paracleta, and on this channel I help insecure girlies like me and you become the most confident and radiant version of ourselves using a framework I created called Confidence Pyramid. It's a step-by-step, gentle parenting framework that'll take you from being insecure, not wanting to be in the spotlight, hating everything about your presence, to being the most magnetic, confident version of yourself without you feeling stressed or anxious. The most common advice is just be confident. But when I was insecure 6 years ago, I had no idea what that meant because what do you mean by just being confident? And the reason why that just be confident advice doesn't work for you is because we have been programmed into being insecure. We have spent all our lives being trained to be insecure. From that harsh correction of shouting when you were earlier to don't do this, our nervous systems were being programmed and primed to keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And someone out of nowhere who had a different upbringing than us or a different experience with life than us, who is naturally confident, will tell you, just be confident. Girl, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know about you. For someone who is insecure, the reason you're insecure and don't like to shine and don't feel comfortable in the spotlight or expressing your true self is because you're afraid of maybe rejection, or you've done it before and you were chastised for it. So all those things are now built into your mind, and being seen no longer feels safe. And I understand that. So we're going to gently prime you back into being the most confident and magnetic, radiant version you could ever be, and it's going to be so easy on your nervous system. So allow me to introduce the Confidence Pyramid. It's a simple 3-step framework that takes you from base level being very easy to God tier level, which is the most important part. But you can't skip step 1 and 2 to get to God level step 3. So if that's what you're interested in, do stick around to the end because I'll be revealing every single one of them and practical tips to implement it. The 3 layers of the confidence pyramid is the visual confidence, which has to do with your grooming and posture, moving into your sensory confidence, which is the second layer, which is more about how you feel, your nervous system, your emotions, how you feel in your body. Because remember, confidence is a full body ritual. It's not something you just think about. It has to do with your body. Then our last tier is the mental confidence. I like to refer to it as God level confidence. So now we've just been throwing around these terms, let me explain. Firstly, visual confidence. Visual confidence is the basic, easy to implement entry-level mode of the confidence pyramid. It involves everything: dressing, style, posture, body language, facial expressions, everything you can see. Because the thing about your brain is that it rather deals with proof than just imposing. The difference between someone who looks good and walks into a room being confident and someone who doesn't look their best and walking into the room and is struggling to feel in place, especially if you're an insecure girly. Remember, this is for my girls, we who've been insecure before. The thing is, your brain has more proof to believe the affirmation of I'm confident when you look and feel the part, compared to the other person who just woke up from bed and is going into a business meeting, didn't brush their hair, didn't put on the nicest suit. They already have proof that they don't belong there, which is why visual confidence is the very first entry-level layer of our confidence pyramid. Moving on, the visual confidence influences your sensory confidence. Because think back to the time when you just made your hair or did your nails or got that very nice dress. When you put it on, there was a way you felt in your body. You felt better. Your mood was brighter. You had a beautiful smile on your face because you felt good. Now, taking that energy, taking that emotion, and moving into a room, telling yourself you are confident, compared to not even putting in any effort and trying to tell yourself you're confident. Your brain will call BS because you are trying to reprogram yourself from being insecure to confident, and you're trying to take a big leap. You've never done this before, so you'd obviously fall, which is why this framework is just the gentle parenting guide for insecure girlies to be more confident and radiant. I'm sure by now you'll have figured that mental confidence, which is our God level tier, has to do with your identity, your inner dialogue in your mind, and our good old affirmation. By the time you've done your visual and sensory confidence level works, mental confidence will be way easier, and confidence will seem more effortless and second nature to you by the time you've implemented step 1 and 2, which is visual and sensory confidence. So mental confidence comes in naturally. But trying to skip 1 and 2 and jumping straight from 0 to 3, you will most likely fall, my darling, and I do not want you to fall. So take the steps. The good news is confidence is a practice, not a personality. It's a skill that can be learned, and with more practice, you get more used to this feeling and it becomes more second nature to you. So wherever you are, even though you are at grade minus 15 on the confidence level, you can reach 100. You can become that most magnetic version of yourself. You can embody the Marilyn Monroe archetype of your life. You could be anything you want if you follow these steps, step by step, and without pressure. Because the good thing about this framework is the removal of pressure. It makes it easy for you to practicalize because it just starts with a dress, and then you feel good in that dress. Then you feel, oh, I belong here in that dress. The dress is just an anchor. Disclaimer here. Most times people become dependent on visual confidence and they go out of their way to present as the most beautiful and put together version of themselves. And they never move forward and use that as a tool that it is. Instead, they tie their identity to that. What would happen is that the day visual confidence is not there, they're going to crash. But what happened to you if you follow these steps judiciously, just like I will teach you here, one day you would actually be able to walk out with your bare face, without anything special, and still feel confident. But the goal here is to get you from insecure to confident the fastest way possible in the most gentle, least pressured way ever. It will be my greatest joy to see more and more insecure girlies becoming more confident, taking up more space, doing things that they love in public because you are a gift to the world and you being insecure is robbing you of that. And I'm here to help you step into the light ever so gently, ever so radiantly. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe. New videos come out every Friday, so stay tuned and let me know in the comments, which visual confidence tip do you already practice? See you in the next video. Toodaloo!